Fortnite is destabilizing fast.
Greetings, demons, and welcome to Hell. I am your host, Satan, and today we're going to be talking pretty generally about my biggest issue with Fortnite at the moment. Now, this is not something that is necessarily going to stay the case for long. It could be patched out pretty quickly, but pretty much since the start of this season, and honestly, the last few weeks of last season, I've been experiencing far more crashes than I've ever experienced. Now, I've made it very clear over basically the last few months that I pretty much exclusively play on PC. And, you know, you could very easily say, oh, you don't have a top-of-the-line PC though, so sure, you're going to have crashes, you're going to have issues. That's fair enough. But my PC is still way above the stats that you require to actually run it on epic settings, which is what I do. I run everything on max 1080p, just because I use a TV rather than a monitor, so I don't have the full 1440p experience. But still, up until a few weeks before this season, I'd been fine. I'd barely ever crashed. I'd had maybe 2 or 3, and most of those had been due to issues that were then, you know, fixed by Epic. So why is it that this season and the few weeks before it, I have been pretty much unable to run this game for more than maybe 3 hours at a time, including a blue screen, which I've never experienced with this PC in the nearly 8 months that I've had it built? Fortnite is a buggy game. I would still argue that even though the beta label has been taken away from it, it still very much is in that phase. The server quality has never really been the best. It's kind of a joke within both the Fortnite and now Rocket League communities that Epic servers are literally the worst in the world. I would argue they're not. EA has a lot worse, but at the same time, to say how much money Epic does get from Fortnite, and by extension, Fall Guys and Rocket League, it's remarkable to me that their server quality is as bad as it is. Now, just to bring up a few situations, events, and especially end-of-season events, often end up with a lot of people just not being able to get on because of various reasons, but mostly just the servers don't have the capacity for that many players. And this is ridiculous for what is in the top 10 most played games every single week on Twitch, on the console charts, on PC. It's always right at the top in terms of how many people are playing. And yet, for some reason, Epic have not decided to extend the capacity of the servers. Now, I can understand that does cost money, and as someone who has had to run servers before, I can understand it does take a lot of power, which costs a lot of money, and generally, you know, it's not a great experience having to extend capacity for a server. But at the same time, you are Epic Games. You are one of the biggest games companies on the planet right now, thanks in large part to your main game, Fortnite, and then other games that you have supported, like Fall Guys, like Rocket League. So how come you can't afford to just extend the capacity of the servers? And it's not a case of, oh, it's impossible to do. It very much is a possibility because so many other companies, including Activision, including EA, do it pretty regularly. Because games like Call of Duty and Battlefield and Battlefront, even to some extent games like Sims, need a lot of server capacity to just function a lot of the time. Their entire online worlds, essentially. It brings me back to what Activision Blizzard had to do with Destiny 2. They had to literally cut a bunch of Destiny servers so that Destiny 2 could actually run effectively because of how many people were playing. And eventually, the Destiny servers were returned, and Destiny 2 just had more servers added. Sure, I'm sure it was costly for Activision Blizzard, but they did it because they knew that they could use those servers. And at the end of the day, Epic could just do that. Now, that was a bit of a tangent that isn't directly related to the main subject, but I think it is worth noting. So, as I say, I've been experiencing a lot of crashing, and talking to my friends on Xbox, they've also been experiencing a lot of crashes. Now, this season has seen a lot of performance patches, and hopefully one of those will actually fix my game. But just before I decided to make this video, and the main reason I am making this video, is that I was playing Save the World, just a standard defense mission, nothing special, nothing of importance really, and about 10 minutes into it, of a 15-minute mission, I was breaking a rock, and the game froze. I checked Task Manager, and there it was. Fortnite, not responding. So, why is it that doing something as simple as just breaking rock, harvesting materials while playing Save the World, suddenly completely nerfs the game, completely breaks the game? And as I say, that's not even the worst situation. I was in the lobby menu for Battle Royale, I was literally going through my locker, and the game caused my PC to blue screen. Now that is not a normal thing to happen. As I say, it's something that I've never had happen to this PC since owning it. I've had crashes, I've had shutdowns, but I've never had a blue screen, and especially never had a blue screen because of a game. Even before I had my current PC, my older PC, and also the laptop that I made content on for a long time, the only blue screens I ever had were from overheating, which, is my fault, but my PC now has more fans than I know what to do with in it, and is also in a wide open area. It is admittedly close to a radiator, but when it blue screened, it wasn't even on. So how on earth does my PC struggle so much with Fortnite? A game that, as I say, I used to play on a laptop that wasn't even for gaming. It was a business laptop that cost about £400. This PC is worth nearly £1,500. How is it struggling to run Fortnite? A game that I can run on my phone. I can run it on a Switch. How is my PC crashing so often? Now, as I said before, my friends Tristan and Matt have both been experiencing crashes on Xbox, so this to me just says that it's an issue with the game itself. I will just add as a caveat that Tristan is pretty much known for having the worst console on the planet. There is a serious issue with both of his Xboxes that he uses, where he has way too many graphical issues and just general system errors. So, disregarding that, Matt and also Tom, who's someone else that I play with, have both been crashing throughout this season. Last season, it wasn't an issue for them. It was slightly an issue for me, but I kind of just said, oh, it might just be the file size of the game a bit much. I don't have a huge hard drive, admittedly, but I have cleared out storage. I have about 600 gigs free of my terabyte drive, which is what Fortnite is stored on. So what is the issue? I don't know. And I think that's the main thing. I don't know, nor can I really theorize what is actually wrong, other than Fortnite is not optimized correctly for PC, or Xbox, or Windows, or something. Something is just not right. And it's just annoying, because I love this game. I've been really enjoying this season. I think it is one of the best seasons we've had in a long time. So it's just really annoying that I'm now having to struggle with pretty consistent crashing. As I say, I struggle to go more than maybe 2.5, 3 hours without a crash. And when I'm currently on holiday, I'm currently on Easter break, it is so annoying that I can't just sit back and play a game that I want to play. I have to basically take breaks, or my PC breaks. But yeah, that's everything that I wanted to talk about. Tell me about your experiences. Have you been fine this season? Is it just something that's affecting me and my friends? It's always possible. But in any case, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Rainbow flag, happy pride, rabbit with facts. Streamer, let's play, take them out like dinosaurs. FNA, FN, control, not the leader of a cult. Rabbit with sax, it's Luna.